Back. Chase had nowhere else to go. He went back to guard. Ron and Shorty grabbed Chase by the arms and lugged him back to the main compound the minute he entered guard territory. He didn't fight back, and Ron just said, "Your dad wants to see you right away," said to bring you back by hand, personally. Terror lurched his stomach, but he plodded with them with his head down. "Ron," he said, daring a glance at his friend. "Come on, Chase, don't try to convince me." "He's gonna hit me." Ron responded with a yank. "Don't do that to me, Chase. There's nothing I can do." "Would you?" Ron ignored him. "You think you're special?" Shorty said. "You should have come back last night. Squad leaders are expected to be more responsible." They shoved him into the double-story plain white building that had once served as a live-in corner store. Chase's dad was pouring hot water into a thermos. Ron shoved Chase in. "He's back, sir," Ron said. His voice trembled. He was terrified of Commander Merc. "Good," Merc said without turning. Ron shut the door, leaving Chase alone with Merc. Chase knew better than to speak. It made his father angrier. He set down the thermos. "Chase," he growled, and then turned on Chase. He grabbed Chase's arm and dragged him up the stairs. "You know how worried I was," he said, stomping across his bedroom. The door glanced off the broken doorway. Didn't matter, because Chase had nowhere to run. Dad grabbed the belt off the blood-stained dresser. "Buckle out." "How worried?" Chase asked. His voice was so quiet you couldn't hear it crack. Merc swung the belt and Chase cringed and blocked his face with both forearms, boxing style. It hit and burned, tingled like a warning. He bit his lips. "You know what could have happened?" Merc said, belt hanging over his fist. Chase knew better than to talk back. Answering a question was dangerous, but he did anyway. "What could have happened?" he said. The voice he spoke in squeaked. Instead of answering, Merc swung the belt again. Chase ducked between his forearms again and the belt hit his hip. It burned where it hit the bone. Merc hit him again. Chase found himself backing away, fists up, flinching when the metal hit his body. He yelped when it hit his forearm again, doubling over and falling to his knees to curl over himself, shock hitting right before an overwhelming pain. He gasped like a huge air, like he'd been drowned, hurt. He groaned. "Just Dad!" Dad didn't stop, now hitting him on the back. Chase shrieked, ducking down harder. "What, you think I want you killed?" He hit Chase again. Chase gasped. Pain exploded through his back and arm. "I want me killed!" Chase screamed. "I'm scared!" Whack. "I'm scared!" he screamed, sobbing. "Don't kill me!" Merc threw the belt across the room. It dented against the far wall. He loomed over Chase, who scream-sobbed through torn vocal cords. "Why would you be scared of me?" Merc said. "Stop being such a baby! You're such a disappointment!" The words pierced Chase's eyes and they started crying. He felt snot and slobber coming and he sniffled it back. "Don't shame me," Merc said. "Get up. No son of mine gonna show me up like this." Chase tried and failed, back muscles trembling when he tried to straighten up. He winced and groaned and stood up this time, crouching over unsteady knees. Chase felt like pressure was bursting into his face as he gripped his upper arm in a white-knuckled grasp, pulling in too many gasps to let go of. His forearm hurt, tingled and swelled, ached like a motherfucker. Dad helped him get up. He grabbed Chase by the oversized shirt in a big fist, pressing him into the wall like he was a rag. Chase's shoes slipped over a pile of DVDs, and Dad held him up by the shirt, which dug up under his armpits, till he got a half footing. His chin trembled, tilted back on Dad's fist as he squinted up at him. "You come back next time," he said. The tone was low, but no longer threatening. Not like before. Chase pressed his lips together, flinching as another pulse of intense pain screamed up his bones. He imagined his arm hanging wrong. Had to be the way it was hurting. "I want to hear a yes, sir," Mark demanded. "Yes, sir," Chase managed to grunt through his teeth. "And stop babying your arm," Merc said, pulling him off balance, dragging him across the room and throwing him out the door. "Now get out of here." He slammed his bedroom door. It bounced off the broken frame. That meant if Chase didn't pretend to be all right, he was going to get another beating. His arm was broken. Chase got himself into his room, closed his door with his back, and leaned against it with a hiss of agony, releasing it through his teeth. Now he was a disappointment. Wasn't that all he'd owned, his father's pride in him? and now he was going to have to splint his arm and wear big sleeves for a while to cover up the fact that he needed it. He cursed himself and cried.